What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Listen to the background music, man. This shit is dope. This is they just added to the stream. It's dope. I feel like it adds to the show. But listen, I need an intro. I actually have intro music that I can put on. But I feel like, even though the people did a great job with it, I feel like it doesn't really get the vibe that I'm really trying to get at, man. So shout out to everybody here. Hope you guys can hear me nice and smooth. It's your boy E-Rule, host of the Diehard podcast. As you can see, we're doing Diehard State of Mind. Crazy night, man. Shout out to everybody that watched me on Still Knicks. I held it down for Ron. Ron was on busy tonight, so I held it on to be like the special guest host to help out Mr. John there. John is dope. John is super smooth and stuff, so I'm glad that they gave me an opportunity to be on the show. One thing about is that John is super smooth, but I'm a little bit too crazy, So I was trying to reel in my style and stuff, but to try to make sure I don't overpower the show. But anyway, speaking of overpowering the show, let me bring the superpower guy up in here.
Crazy dog.
Got Mr. State.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, so the intro is not so dramatic because it's only like 2 minutes.
You crazy, man.
Yeah, I was trying to make a dramatic thing here, but it is what it is. It's good, man.
It is. What's up, man? I said, hey, man, I got this laptop, man. Might as well start putting this laptop to use, cause remember my laptop had broke. When did my last laptop break? I think it broke like around September.
Your laptop been breaking, man.
Nah, I think it broke in like June, July. So you might as well get this Nick news out. And today, when I woke up, now this is one of the things that I really wanted to avoid. Because it's like really, it's a really touchy subject. And it's a subject that, depending on what side you on, like I know I've seen arguments today about it. So basically what I'm talking about is RJ Barrett. And how much would you pay RJ Barrett? When would you pay RJ Barrett? And does he deserve the money? So the question that OG Sim provided me was, would you give RJ Barrett the max? So you know me, I tried to go around the bush a little bit. I tried to say, nah, OG, I give him 150, 5-year 150. He's like, no. He stopped me right there. He's like, no, stay, no. Would you give RJ Barrett the max? I say yes. I say yes. Instantly, I say yes. All right, 5 years, 181. That sounds crazy, but I say yes. For me, I got various reasons why I would, but yeah, man. Go ahead.
So you was on the shoot around today, the state MBK?
No, actually, I was. So I'm at work right now, and I'm in mid work. I listen to y'all pods in my scrub pocket, right? So I'm listening to y'all pods while I'm working, literally, I'm listening to it. So I'm listening to dudes talk about, oh, we can't pay RJ because percentages, and we can't pay RJ the max because he a role player, and we can't do this, and we can't do that, and we can't do this, we can't do that. So I called in. I felt compelled to literally sit at my job and take a job phone and say, nah, I got to call in. They bugging. So I called in. And I just said how I felt about the situation. One of the main things with me, dog, and I'll let you go after I say this, and you can condemn me for this too. You could tell me if I'm wrong. You could tell me I'm not being fair, and I would not try to debate. But for me, I think the first thing is that you take care of them because you took care of everybody else off of last season's success without knowing if they can repeat last season to this season. So how can you not take care of this 21-year-old young man now, since the cap is going to get higher? He guards the other team's best player. He don't make us look stupid in the media. His wife is bad. She don't make us look dumb. She don't act the fans. You know, and you know, shooting wise, defending, playmaking, ball handling skills, mentality, a person you could look at, you could believe he wants to get better. I think it's so much more that you're paying for when you give a guy like him the max. And then on top of the fact that Sim said, there's something he said too, and he didn't give me a chance to like rebuttal what he said. So Sim said, I'm giving R. Oh, you want to give RJ the max, because of the free agents that he would attract in the future. But that's kind of a part of it, though. That's kind of a part of it. This generation is all his peers. It's not like and I just laid out so many things as the reason why I would give him the max. And also, I'm seeing guys like MPJ. He get the max. The dude didn't play 2 years, bro. Dude didn't play 10 years, bro. He played 2 years, bro. You giving dudes like SGA, cool. SGA get the max. How SGA could get the max and dude only winning 25 games a year. So what is the criteria like? What is the criteria like? Is it efficiency? Is it winning? Is it? I don't know. So hey. Well, I know I said a lot. Go ahead. The floor is yours, bro.
Can you hear me good, man?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
All right, just making adjustments to my levels here. But listen, man. Let me just shout out to everybody in the chat real quick. You got Pudge is here. What's good, Pudge? Pudge is always here. Shout out to Pudge. Greenhouse is here. Shout out to Greenhouse. What's good, my brother? Bricks Nation. Let RJ play the season now. That's free agency and restricted free agency. Worst case scenario, you sign somewhere else. You see where I'm getting. This is the reason why I'm going to the chat, because I want them to answer the question for me. So this is a take here. A lot of people feel the same way. This same take has happened already for us. And it's gonna happen to another player too, Mitchell Robinson. Anyway, see what else is here. Tiffin Smith. Excuse me. He said, "What's up to the chat? Big time fan. What's good?" Shout out to Tiffin Smith. I don't recall seeing your name before, so you're the reason why I wanted to go to the chat really quick. Amal Fuller is another face that I've never seen before. So shout out, thank you for tuning in. In order to make the Knicks, for the Knicks to be taken seriously, they have to start treating their players with respect. Other players around the NBA are watching. So I mean, like, a lot of people could talk about respect many different ways too. And respect also, people equate money into respect as well. So what else we got here? He's definitely not getting the max. He's definitely not getting the max. Not consistent enough. That's also part of the argument, man. I know you don't like it. I'm trying to see if anybody else has anything else on Della Music. He said, "Do proved it this year." On top of what you said, and I was questioning bro last year. Okay, listen. My opinion about this whole thing is just like, state, like, you're always mentioning, oh, he's only 21, pay this kid, this and the other. Same thing with Mitchell Robinson. My thing is how could you build a basketball team around these guys? You know what I'm saying? I'm not like paying somebody and I'm giving them a person respect as far as getting paid and stuff like that. To me, that those are two different things. I'm gonna compare it to sex in a relationship. Like, you can be in a relationship with somebody, and so many different ways. But you could be with somebody and just have a pure sexual relationship and not care about them, and they could be that way for you on their side too. You guys could just have a sexual relationship, or you could be with somebody and like, you guys can not have as much sex, but you guys have a strong bond with each other. A lot of the relationships that I guess I don't want to say necessarily work, but a lot of great relationships are the ones that blend the two sides. Being there for someone emotionally and that type of thing, but then also having great sex on the other time. Now, out of all three, not one is better than the other, because you can have a productive life, a happy life, just having sex with people. Listen, I just have my chicks that I have sex with, or whatever, and that's it. I'm just gonna become an old man. I'm just gonna have my 4 or 5 chicks that I see every once in a while. Or you can be in that relationship with somebody where sex is dead, like you guys are just not having sex anymore. But meanwhile, you guys are together for 50 years, And then there's another one where you have a nice balance between the two. So happiness could be had in different ways. So the reason why I'm bringing it to that is because listen, it's not so cut and dry. Pay RJ because he's 21. Oh, and then somebody else mentions that that he's a role player. Oh, they this and the other. Oh, he's gonna grow into this. It's all this. It's too many different things going on here. What I would like to know, is how are you building this thing? What is going to make you happy? What is going to make you happy within your life? Our life is the Knicks. How are the Knicks going to get to where they want to go to? So they have to make that decision and build accordingly. One more point because I like to talk too much, but just to bring it to basketball, the Miami Heat, right when Dwayne Wade was here, they lost a little bit. They drafted Beasley and this that, and the other that didn't work, but they flipped it. Ended up getting Shaq and Antoine Walker and White Chocolate and Gary Payton, all these ragtag different guys, and they won a championship. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure there was so many fans that are like, oh my God, why would you trade Lamar Odom? Why would you trade Beasley? Why would you do all this? What the fuck are they doing? Next thing you know, you win a championship. So I mean, it's not so cut and dry. There's so many different ways you can go about this thing. So just to answer the question, I'm like I said, I'm all around with the point, but just to answer the question, I would pay RJ whatever he wants, but it has to be a conversation, and I think RJ Barrett is smart, and I think his dad is smart too. He's important. That's very important too. His dad is actually the head of like Canadian basketball over there. You know what I'm saying? So he has good guys in his ear that's gonna give him the right information. So I think that we're gonna take care of him in the way that he wants to be taken care of. But the most important way to take care of RJ Barrett is to build this team around.
So then, you you want to know what's so crazy? Like I knew this was going to start being a real conversation if RJ starts lighting it up, and like we got Cam Reddish, and now Cam Reddish is up for a contract this offseason as well. On top of the fact that Mitchell Robinson is up for a contract this offseason as well. So it
But
wow.
they all look for contracts, but what does the money help? Does it help their pockets or does it help the Knicks?
See, after the disaster from last offseason, you're gonna have to make some decisions. The Knicks need to make a couple trades this summer. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't see how you now RJ Max probably wouldn't kick in until 2024 or 2023. So first things first, the contracts that we mostly signed, I think a lot of them in 2023. I think we got a lot of 2+1 deals, so they would be easy to come off of this offseason actually, because this offseason would make those 2+1 deals actually expiring deals. Because remember, like Nerlens contract, Burks, and Evan. I think Evan got 3. I think he got that extra year, but certain guys got 2+1s. And for a team this summer, we could make a trade, and that said team could let that guy go. The very next offseason. So they only have that contract for a year. I mean, we can make some trades, but it's going to be some decisions to be made because first things first, I think the biggest elephant in the room, besides the whole RJ Barrett like max thing, like I would pay him the max, but like now we talking max money. So when I hear RJ max money, the baby, all of the baby training wheels, that comes off. That all of that, like what he's doing now. When you see him huddling guys up and you see him, he's putting up numbers in the box score, regardless if his efficiency ain't all there. What am I seeing now? Him taking the reins. I want to see that every night now. Now it's because remember what I said, dog. I said this year I wanted him to make the All-Star team this year. And I said this year he was I think I said like 26 and 5 or something like that. But he should hit 20 points at the end of this year. But if you pay him that money, like that conversation, first of all, I think that I had that conversation. I think RJ would be mentally ready for it. But yo, you gotta give me your bad games. Your bad games, you can't give me less than 15. On a max deal, if you thought I'm killing Randle because he just got paid and his money didn't even kick in yet. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So if I'm killing him and his money ain't kicking yet, when we pay RJ got to show up. But before even RJ show up, Leon Rose got to pick a direction. He got to do something for me, man, because I can't go in the next season with this roster, bro. I'm good, bro. I can't lose like this again, bro. Not with you. Nah, I'm good, bro. Because I already then stated, like, this was the year I wanted to go to the playoffs. Last season, I wanted to tank, for sure. Last season, for sure, I wanted to tank. This season, I wanted to, fight for the playoffs. But it's looking like Tibbs is tanking because he's a goddamn idiot. 2020, like 2 and beyond. Well, 2023 and beyond. Yo, it's winning time. Winning time. I don't even want to hear nobody talk draft picks to me. Don't talk draft picks to me after 2023. I don't want to talk draft picks. If we're not talking winning time, because usually young cores, let's be realistic. Usually young cores only like 4 guys, bro. If RJ getting the max, who else you think going to be getting paid out of all these young guys? We got like 8 young guys. I'm hoping this year we get the 1 pick or a top 3 pick, so that's another young guy.
Yeah, but listen, what's the contract that you said that RJ's up for? Give me the numbers.
So the way we're gonna keep it the way everybody's wording it. Will you pay RJ 5 years, $181 million?
Wait, 181 million? Whoa, I wrote down 150, so it's 181 million?
Oh, I tried to say 150. Sim completely stopped me from saying it. Literally, he stopped me and said, nah, you can't say 150. Just say, would you give him the max?
Okay, listen, I got to do the math. What's 181 divided by 5? $36 million. Holy shit! Now listen. Yo, you best believe you're talking about once he gets the money. Listen, yo, I'm gonna make the quote that I don't know who originated it. I'm quite sure the first time that anybody ever became a leader, the old guy came up and was like, "Hey, listen, Heavy is the one that raised the crown, that wears the crown. Heavy is the head as the person that wears the crown." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you're gonna pay him $36 million a year, then best believe that all of a sudden, you got the juice now, fam. You got the juice. You know what I'm saying? You're the ghost. Now you're a ghost. Everybody's gonna be after you. So I mean, like, people gotta be careful what they wish for. They want RJ to do this and the other. Listen. Like I got into arguments with guys over RJ, that I blocked them on Twitter because I don't want to hurt them in real life. You know what I'm saying? So, we're arguing about RJ, but listen, once RJ gets there, which if he gets this money like next year or the year after or whatever, he is the man and the target is on his back now. So now you're talking about, like, hopefully we can get a top pick. Yo, top pick, that shit is over. 21, the 21 is over. Once you get the $36 million, you might as well be 36 years old. You know what I'm saying? Little draft pick that we're waiting for the draft to develop. No. Somebody makes $36 million a year.
But that's why I'm hoping this pick that we get this year, I'm praying to God he give us a top 4 pick. Because if it's outside of the top 4.
But listen, regardless of where we draft this person.
What I would do with that pick?
Listen, regardless of where we draft this person, what's most important is, which God are you praying to? You know what I'm saying? That way we all could pray to the same one and hopefully we all get the same results. Because if people are praying to different gods, and we're all not praying to the same one, you're not going to get the right answer.
No, that's true. That's true. That's tough. I'm glad we're having this conversation because I want it to be known that, you know, we got to be fair. I'm gonna be fair because I'm criticizing Randle off the contract that he's gotten from us off of last season. RJ gets paid this money. He can. I don't even want to hear about Randle. Randle, give RJ the ball. Randle instantly, he's off my radar because he should not be. It's the man, that 21-year-old, and I believe in him. I believe in him. I believe that he can. I believe he can do it. I believe he got the mentality to do it. So Randle got to step aside.
Yo.
And
yo, I gotta add this. I gotta add this to that. Once RJ gets that 36 million, he is the man now. So
yes.
so Randle is such an asshole. He can be like, hey, I'm not the one making $36 million. That's my man right there. This is.
Oh, now I would trade him. Right? I would trade him if he thought like that. I would trade that man. I would trade that man.
You can see it because the way that he's a sore loser like that, you could totally see that happening to him.
Wow.
Now you're in trouble.
Wow. So I mean, I don't know, man. That's tough.
We're
tough. I hope he don't. You really think he got that type of mentality?
Who, Randle?
Yeah.
Yo, Randle's showing he's showing everything that he's. I don't want to call a guy bitch, because it's so easy to call somebody that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just his personality. Like, he wants to be the man. You can see that he's a sore loser. You know what I'm saying? So if he's the sore loser that he is, like that, he's all standing by himself out there. So if he's still on the roster and let's say we're having bad times again, he's gonna put all the pressure on RJ because that's his personality. RJ is different. RJ is the guy that's keeping everybody calm. Like, Randle doesn't want to talk to the media, this and the other. Obi Toppin, when he said, "Oh yeah, we want to keep it positive," remember he said that? He basically threw Randle on the bus and said, "Yo, I like to keep it positive." RJ likes to keep it positive too, but it's gonna be all of a sudden once that shift is made, then RJ's gonna really know what New York City is about. He's really gonna know what that New York City pressure is because he hasn't felt it yet.
This is why I said this summer, if that pick is not top 4, I like the prospect. I like the whole Jaden Hardy thing and all the other. If it's not top 4, I wholeheartedly am saying to you right now on wax that I want to trade that pick. I really want to trade it. I don't even want that young guy to step through that door. There's no way in hell I'm interested in, and because you got to put it all in context. If I'm interested in giving RJ the max, right? And if I'm interested in, we haven't even talked about Cam Reddish yet because he's up for a contract this year, but we don't have to pay him yet. We can wait a year for Reddish, and then we can let the Reddish thing play out. I don't think the RJ thing will be wise for the Knicks to let play out. That's scary. You do right by RJ. We traded Porzingis. I'm still kind of hurt by it a little bit, but the hell with it. Porzingis, he saw if he wanted out. Who knows? But I'm just scared, man. I don't want my young guy to tell other young guys don't come in the future and all that. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I mean, but you're saying a lot there. So many different so many different tangents you can go off of that. But I just want to talk about Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, he never even got to play when he was here. So if he comes back next year, not like we know what he's gonna do, because he didn't get a chance to show what he could do the thing. So let's say if we do keep him, we don't trade him, and he's gonna be on the roster. We have to go through training camp with him now. If Tom Thibodeau is the coach, we have to go through training camp to see what kind of improvement he made of himself in the offseason and what he's ready for. And then Tom Thibodeau's gonna have to believe in him and all this and the other. So I mean, that's one guy. That's Cam Reddish. Because like I said, Cam Reddish has not established himself in the league yet in any role, even when he was with Atlanta. So like I said, if he comes back next year, he's basically a first round pick because he has not yet to establish himself. So now we're talking about a first round draft pick to add it to this thing. So I mean, absolutely, I agree with you. I think this is like an absolutely I agree with you type of thing. Because if we don't get top 4, like if you don't get these short picks here that you see on the screen here, if you don't get like these guys that are automatically are projected to be starters, then we need to get rid of that pick. Unless because I mean this is early on. This is the first time that we use tankathon in this manner so far. So I mean, like between now and the draft, everything is going to change. Guys are going to move up, and guys are going to fall down. But whoever the hot person is that ends up being in this top five that you see on the screen, if we're not in that mix to get these guys, then we absolutely need to trade the pick. But at that point now, who do we trade? What player are we focused on to trade the pick for?
And you want to know what's so scary about that, brother? Is I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't. Y'all really don't know. What kills me the most about looking at the whole OKC thing is fans really think Sam Presti is stupid enough, like the Sacramento Kings, to draft a guy like Giddey. Got a guy like SGA. And you trade one of them for big? That's not Sam Presti. He's not doing that. So fans need to stop thinking we're going to get SGA because the Kings are stupid. But, I've seen a stat today where Davion Mitchell's been averaging 21 points his last 4 games, and Fox been going off too, and Tyrese Halliburton been averaging 9 points per game his last 4 games. So who knows? Who the hell knows, bro?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all like opinions. Shout out to Ron and John for Still Knicks. I was on the show today holding down for Ron, because Ron was stuck at work and stuff. So, but anyway, I bring it up because John said that he basically put it out there. He said we can't do anything from our perspective. We're just talking about it. It's just our opinion, So everyone gets upset and stuff like that. But like you can come up with a situation, and I'm listening to it. I might not agree to it, but listen, it's not ever going to happen, unless it happens. But we have no say in it. I can come with a whole scenario. You might not agree with it, this and the other, but we have no say in it. So if somebody else has an opinion, and you don't agree with it, why do people go from 0 to 100 on it? It can't happen. This is all just talking. If anything, it's like porno music. For me, when I hear people talk about the Knicks, because I love to hear people's opinions. Because like shout out to John too. John said one thing that brought some clarity to me. He was just saying that Tom Thibodeau, if he's catering to anybody or if he's making any adjustments for anybody, he's doing it for Randle. You know what I'm saying? And that's our problem. That's our problem right there. But Tom Thibodeau actually is making adjustments. And if you really think about it, I never thought about it like that. I'm saying that Tom Thibodeau don't make no adjustments. He doesn't make adjustments according to my narrative, my personal narrative. Or he's not making an adjustment according to everyone else's personal narrative. But he is making adjustments to fit around Randle. So that's something to add to the conversation too, because like if we decide to get away from Randle, or if we decide that RJ now is the one, he's the guy that's ahead. You talk about MSG politics is undefeated. What if that comes into play and they say, listen, we pay RJ's the man. You know what I'm saying? And if they tell Tom Thibodeau that might actually be a good thing, because Tom Thibodeau, he is going to cater to the star. He's going to build everything around RJ. So if we could shift that to that point, we might actually be good, and maybe Tom Thibodeau might not be as stupid as he looks.
Listen, I'm gonna say this to the Portland Trailblazers. If you're a Portland Trailblazer fan, I hope you're watching this, because I hope y'all love Julius Randle. I would love y'all 9th overall pick. I would love y'all 9th overall pick. If y'all trying to talk business, we could talk business, because I see y'all got 2 first. Y'all don't need both of those.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Portland, I love y'all. Y'all took care of Carmelo Anthony. Y'all have a great fan base. Y'all have a great player in Damian Lillard. Y'all have a great coach. I love what y'all do over there in Portland. I love y'all. Julius Randle fits very well next to Damian Lillard, by the way. But that's just me. If you want to give, that's just me. Shout outs to Portland, man. Appreciate y'all.
Portland's in a weird place too, because I mean they paid what's his name, Dame. They paid Dame. Dame is a super he's on a super max contract over there. Who else is their highest paid player over there aside from him? Who else do they have this under contract like that?
It was CJ, but they traded him.
Right.
Not really nobody. Nurkic is coming off the books.
Right.
It's funny because Adam Silver the type to give them the first overall pick. Word. Knowing him.
But listen, they got two of them. So if they were to get that first round, like a number one pick or top three, they still got the next one. They can pick up a nice player, whatever. So I mean, they got him listed to take number 7. Here, Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is 6'8". You know, he's getting 26 points, 9 rebounds. Wow. You know, I mean, 2 blocks. So that's pretty good for a college team. So
that's real numbers.
Yeah, according to this. But let's say if they're the team that gets Jaden Ivey, you know what I'm saying? They'll come up with Anthony Simmons, Jaden Ivey, and then let's say if they draft Keegan Murray, you know, they might actually run the gauntlet there on teams eventually, you know, with that crew potentially, you know, with that crew. So I mean,
I'm Portland. Personally, if I'm Portland, that number 1 pick ain't walking through that door. I'm thinking championship. I got Dame on a max deal. I'm thinking championship. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking about no. But
you say that.
At the same time, there's a state variant for every fan base. so you ain't trading my lottery pick.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But one thing I want to say that you said they want to win a championship, and getting Julius Randle is not going to win no championship the way that he be acting.
Dog, I'm trying to be a businessman, man. Come on, dog. You want to chill with Randle and Dame, man? Yeah, what you mean?
If I was your wingman, I'd stay in the car during that conversation.
What happened?
If I was your wingman, I would have to stay in the car during that conversation.
Oh, nah. Come on. Randle better than Jeremy Grant. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, so what we doing here? What? You know?
But I mean, you know,
they could win a chip.
Jeremy Grant fits better than because I mean the way that we play Julius Randle is not going to fit. But they would have to change Julius Randle's role if he goes to Portland.
His role going to change regardless over the summer. So whether he like it or not, he like it or not, his role is changing regardless. And I didn't like the fact that yesterday I heard I never had a Knicks best player. I never genuinely disliked a Knicks best player on any said Knicks team in my past 21 years the way I dislike this man Randle. Never in my life. Like the best player on our team going from season to season. Matter of fact, Antonio McDyess. I was pissed with him. He blew out his knee in preseason. But going from season to season, you don't get to like people saying you don't get to the game and you're not on the bench till the 3rd quarter. Then you leave the game before you don't even congratulate the kids for the win. I see Taj Gibson. I don't see no Randle in sight. What has happened, bro? What can we do for you, bro, to get you to come back to us? Because this guy I'm looking at now needs to go. I don't know where 2020. I wish he was here. Because he's acting like a Gerber child. It's annoying. I don't know what is going on. And he's not hurt. So I don't want to hear it. He don't got no groin, nothing. God damn it. Acting like a big ass kid. Come on, bro. He ain't hurt. He needed a mental. Yo, I got 2 mental days. I need those, man. That's all. You need a day off from work. You need a couple days off. That's what he need.
What about Mitchell Robinson? Did he need that too?
I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk about Mitchell Robinson.
Yo, I'm not a fan of Mitchell Robinson because I mean the other night I think he had only 1 defensive rebound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he still had a lot of rebounds, but it was mostly offensive. But there's no defensive rebound, so that means when the other team is scoring, that means that they're getting their offensive rebounds on their side because our center is not closing out the defense and getting securing that defensive rebound. You know what I'm saying? So that's not good either. So
Question: is that because of system? Because Sims had that problem too a little bit. Is that just the system that we run?
what's Sims?
Jericho Sims.
Jericho Sims? Well, Jericho Sims, I don't think he's had a situation where all he was getting was offensive rebounds. System has nothing to do with effort. Rebounding is effort. Rebounding and defense is effort.
I think Mitch gives effort. I disagree with that. I think can I give him an excuse?
Yeah.
I think the one excuse is he has to do so much on defense at certain time because you got to remember who he's covering for.
Yeah, but the thing with defense is like what secures the defensive play. It's not a block shot because you're not going to get because how many possessions do you get during the game? You're not going to get 31 block shots in the game. So you know what I'm saying. You're only going to get 2 or 3. So but you will get 15 to 20 rebounds. You know what I'm saying. So if 10 to 12 of those rebounds are defensive rebounds, that means you made 12 stops. You know what I'm saying? If you add the 2, maybe like the 3 blocks to it, now you add it to that. But the majority of the stops is secured by that defensive rebound. You know what I'm saying? So if he's playing defense, then but in order to secure that defensive play, you have to get that defensive rebound.
That's very true. So it's tough, man. I think it's tough, man. I don't know, man. The Knicks system is trash. I want Tibbs fired. I don't care about him playing the kids right now. He should have been playing the kids months ago. He should have been doing this months ago. So I'm not fooled, and I'm not moving off my stance of Tibbs needs to be fired. If you want to convince me about keeping Randle, you could kind of convince me on that. But I feel like he needs to be traded this offseason as well because why would you draft Obi Toppin and not trade Randle? Like, that is stupid. It's stupid, especially for a coach that don't want to play them together. It's the first time. This is the first time I've ever seen Obi Toppin play 40 minutes in the NBA game. Like, in out of my own eyes.
It's embarrassing, but like it comes down to like what John was saying on Still Knicks. He was saying that Tom Thibodeau was catering to Randle. So I mean, if he was catering to the Knicks, is where I want him to do. I want him to cater to the roster that you have. Then playing Obi Toppin with Randle at the center, we should have bid at that. Because I mean, look at this. Randle didn't play, and actually, this is the first time that Obi ever had a successful starting game as a Knick. Let's be truthful with that. But at the same time, look at how good he played. Look at how good he played. So it really is somebody posted what Pudge said that the system is all messed up. We run a freestyle basketball system, which is true. So Obi Toppin is gonna play well in that type of system. It's a lot of things going on here. Canal also he makes a point that we can't trade Mitch. Yeah, we can't trade him. I know it's the off season. He's a free agent. This, that, and the other. He controls his own fate. But I'm just talking about in the grand scheme of things of how we're building this roster. A lot of guys want to pay Mitch. A lot of guys are Randle fans. A lot of guys. Everybody's sitting on their hill. But when it comes down to it, how are we building this team to get better? And there's so many different ways to do it. And I just feel like that we really need this. We at a crossroads where we actually need to pick one of those directions. So I'm glad I don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm not do it.
I'm glad I'm not in that. I see why they having arguments up there. I see why it says like Thibodeau up in management. They not seeing eye to eye. I see because I didn't watch 5 Knicks teams this season, so I know MSG politics is coming into play. If I'm seeing various Knicks lineups, you bench Kemba Walker, you start Kemba Walker, you bench them again. It's so much going on. Then I see a deal. I think it was Cam Reddish and Burks to the Lakers. I think we had a deal like a second round pick, a couple second round picks. But Leon Rose, he want a hoard second round pick. And
For who though?
I think we would have got a first round pick from I think we would have got the 2022 pick from the Toronto Raptors. And I think we would have got the Lakers pick if the Knicks would have just gave up 2 more second round picks or whatever. What I'm trying to say is Thibodeau, DMP, Cam Reddish, right? So why wouldn't you? I love Cam Reddish. Why wouldn't you have put those guys in a deal so you could get off the Burks, Nerlens contract, and you could free up minutes at the same time?
Because like you said, they probably have a room of guys like me and you that are like, man, like they freaking probably having a almost a knife fight every night discussing deals and stuff. That's probably why we didn't do that. But my thing is trading Cam and Burks. Those are 2 good players. So I want to get a good player back. So was there a player involved in that deal, or was just draft picks?
It was just we just basically getting 2 first round picks and Gordon Dragic, who wasn't playing for the rest of the season, but you opened up minutes for other young guys because Tibbs wasn't playing Reddish anyway. It's not like Reddish was he was being used as a positive asset. Tibbs is stupid. Like, you let the management trade a whole first round pick for Reddish just for you to DMP him, for you to just literally tarnish Alec Burks all season. I'm crapping on Burks all season, not because Burks is a bad basketball player. He's just not a fucking point guard.
Yeah.
Who put him at point?
Listen, I gotta put this. I mean, I feel like every podcast that Tricky Nicky is here, he always got to say that I'm afraid to put him on the panel. Listen, this is not the Tricky Nicky podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like me and State already said we were gonna do a podcast already to talk about something. So we're not like thinking about Tricky Nicky. You get what I'm saying? You like flood the comments with us. So I mean, you want attention, But maybe is Tricky Nicky ever on anybody else's show?
But I damn sure don't want to talk to him after what I heard earlier and what I shared on Twitter. The man said didn't want to pay RJ. He said we need to take care of Mitchell Robinson. I don't even want to mention what he said. I don't even want to mention the rest of what he said. Anyways.
But listen, I don't want to diss it too, because I appreciate his comments and stuff like that. A lot of times he brings a lot of stuff that we're missing, and this, that, and the other. But my thing is, listen, when we make a podcast, like I'm not thinking about Tricky Nicky. The thing is, if you would like to get on the show, then hit us up in the background and see what we're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? If you're on Nothing But Knicks, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you are on these shows, then you're part of the MBK network. Listen, all my branding, you see MBK right there. You see, where is it at? You see MBK right there. So I'm MBK, before you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're MBK and this and the other, you want to get on the show, then just hit somebody up in the DM and get out of our comments. Because I don't want to have to block you. I don't want to have to. I wish I had. I need to put that up there. Actually, I need to get that in the tools there. I don't want to have to block you, brother. So I mean, like, that's what it is. I gotta address that because a lot of people come on and say that. Shout out to Cully. I actually want to get Cully on the show because Cully's dope. But we just got to figure it out. Guys are busy and stuff. We just got to figure out how we can get it into the mix. But I just got to address it, man, because a lot of people want to talk. I have the phone lines and stuff. Tricky Nicky be in the comments, and I have the phone lines on. That motherfucker don't call in. So if you want to get on the show, at least call in or something. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on. So anyway.
Dude said don't pay RJ. Brought up efficiency. Every time I hear about efficiency, man, Allen Iverson would have had these nerdy boys going crazy, man. They talking about efficiency. Man. I'm done with that whole.
Yeah,
certain people I just gotta ignore, bro. That's how I just gotta ignore. That's why I was ignoring it the whole time. Like I see the writing.
I know you see it though. You see it, but my thing is like if I don't address it, I have this tick about me, which is probably might be my downfall, is that if I see it and whatever, and I don't address it, that means that you think that I'm pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality, and I wish I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But that's like the old school mentality. You're talking shit like that, and I'm ignoring you. but you keep on going on. So now you think that I'm a certain way, but I don't want it to be that way. So that's why I always got to let these guys like know what's going on. It's not that. So look, we're trying to conduct the show. But now listen, we didn't invested like too much time in it on it already. My thing is anybody that's on here, because I mean, like I said, Heavy is the one that wears the crown. Me and State are doing this show. Like anybody could do a show. It's not that hard, but actually it is. It is hard to do it. So if you're interested in doing whatever, I'm into meeting people and developing those relationships and that type of thing. Like I said, me and State don't know each other for nothing, but look at us here. Say so. Do things the right way. Don't be on somebody's show and trying to like ruin it. To be that famous troll and get famous that way. Don't do that, man. Come on.
That's corny, man. I don't wake up to watch you. You watching me, brother. That's how I enjoy the love, brother. Like that's how I enjoy culture.
RJ, you minus 49, bro.
Turn your attention to center court as your right wing of Champion Weaknesses, Street Williams, is presented with a $10
Come on a little louder. Shut the fuck up.
All right, sorry. I had to take a little break real quick. Actually, I had to dig in my nose. I had to dig in my nose.
But anyways, all jokes aside though. Right, shout outs to Evil. But back to the conversation at hand. It's like this whole offseason. I think first things first is like I want Tibbs fired. But that whole RJ contract thing, for sure, he needs to be criticized accordingly. You got people like me calling him a top 5 Knick of all time already. So you already know what I'm thinking. You already know I think highly of this kid. You already know I think this kid is going to be a superstar. At the same time, right? Once he get paid this so-called max, and yes, I will pay him 5 years, $181 million. Oof. But once he get paid that money, I ain't looking at Randle no more. I'm not looking at Randle. I am not looking his way. And Randle better not look. Randle shouldn't even look at his own damn shadow. He should never bring up the ball again, like ever.
Doesn't it give you anxiety though? $181 million. Doesn't it give you anxiety?
Nah, I know he ready for it. He wanted this.
Yo, I'm ready for 181 million. I'm ready for it too. Where's
No.
Let me get this. Like Allen Houston, when we paid Allen Houston, we knew that he was going to get his money. He already got one contract with us, right? But he knew that max was coming, and the Knicks paid him that max. As soon as Allen Houston got the max, he got the heat, especially from me, because excuse me, I was more on the Sprewell train. I like Sprewell more than Houston. So in my thinking, I wanted Sprewell to stay where he was and slide over to the 2-guard spot and maybe spend the money on a small forward. That's what was my opinion at the time. But once he got that money, it's like, listen, bro, you're Kobe Bryant now. You got more money than Kobe. You got more money than all these guys. So you're the Kobe Bryant now. So let's win us something, But he wasn't able to do it. Allen Houston is a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful human being. This and the other. I'm not gonna trash anything about him off the court. But if once you make that money and you're like making top money in the league, then yo, man, the outlook is way different, man.
Baby, training wheels come off. But at the same time, Leon Rose, you gotta trade these vets, man. You gotta don't have ass no more. That be my main thing. Like the Knicks always wanna have stick their big toe in the water. They don't just want to jump all the way the hell in. Don't have ass this summer. Get my man a point guard. If you want to give him the max, so he has no excuse. So literally, you gotta get my man a point guard by any means necessary.
But listen. Add this to that. Okay, we need to get a point guard. They already said Tom Thibodeau is the coach, right? So now we have to get a point guard with the mindset of Tom Thibodeau. We got to think of RJ. Because the logical person is thinking of RJ, but now we have to add Randle to the Tibbs to the mix because Tibbs wants somebody like Burks to play point guard. So we're gonna have to get a point guard that's like that. That's gonna satisfy Tibbs. You get what I'm going at?
Yep, I'm going to get into fire and tips because I don't want to satisfy nothing that got anything to do with Tibbs being happy. I'm sorry.
I'm with you, but listen, I don't think they're going to fire him. So what do we do? What do we do about that? Because I mean, listen, stay focused. We need the point guard. So what guy can we get that's going to be that point guard in the situation that we are in right now?
Colin Sexton, first name that comes to mind.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Colin, I got it, and I do not like Tibbs, bro. But that's the first name that comes to mind. Colin Sexton.
I'm with you because Colin Sexton. I agree with you with Colin Sexton because I'm thinking of Tom Thibodeau. The way that we play offensively is exactly the way we played last year. So listen, this is the way Tom Thibodeau wants to play, and that's it. So Kemba Walker standing in the court and waiting for a 3-point shot. Deuce McBride standing in the court and waiting for a 3-point shot. If it's Colin Sexton standing in the corner waiting for a 3-point shot, I like that better.
Nah, he ain't standing in that corner. He gonna get that ball. He gonna
if he's standing in that corner, he's just not gonna be a sitting duck, in that corner.
Yo, listen, Sexton and Randle gonna fight because Sexton not sitting in. I'm telling you, he's. This is not no Emmanuel Quickly type of point guard. Like he's a dog. And he's about to get paid as well. So Sexton and Randle gonna fight, bro. I think Sexton and RJ can fit. They'll be fine. Sexton and RJ will be fine. It's the Sexton and Randle thing that's scary for me.
But I was gonna say, but Pudge is going at you right now, man. I'm giving Pudge a pass because Tricky Nick is different. So I'm giving Pudge a pass.
No, let Pudge keep going. Nah, I love it.
Pudge holds it down for us, but he is right. Sexton is coming off injury.
I know.
So that's important too. But the price of the coke goes down.
Can I respond now? Pudge. Colin Sexton is coming off an injury, dummy. I've been injured since last season, dummy. Watching the almighty 4th seed. You could go to hell and continue watching me, McAsshead. Anyways, back to this. Hell, you mean coming off an injury, dummy? I've been injured all year watching Burks. Like you've been injured too. We all been hurt this year. Shit, man.
All hurt. Word up.
Kidding me? After this season, you think I'm what? If I gotta watch Burks another season, bro, I don't. So anyway,
these podcasts are self-help groups, to tell you the truth, man. This is all self-help. We all trying to figure it out.
We are, but yeah, go give me Colin Sexton though. He's bugging out. I want Colin Sexton if I'm thinking Tibbs, but I want Tibbs fired. Imagine you get Jaden Ivey and Tibbs tell us some shit like he got to fight for minutes. I'm so over this coach, man. He makes me want to cry sometimes because this team is, we got talent. Matter of fact, a dude was arguing with me today. This is the last thing I want to bring this up. Dude was arguing with me today. This is how you know Tibbs has failed miserably this season. You got that Clippers roster anywhere near you?
I can put it up.
Please put the Clippers rosters up, please. So the dude says, I said Ty Lue with this same Knick roster would be 15 plus games above 500. That's all I said. This is Tyronn Lue we talking about. The man got the Clippers at 38 and 36. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not tweaking. I gotta make sure I'm not tweaking. Paul George for 26 games. No Kawhi Leonard the whole year. Get the man running Reggie Jackson out there, man. With Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, and Zubac.
Norman Powell's been hurt most of the year too.
Did he play? Did he play anytime this season for them? I think he played like 2-3 games for them. They're 36 and 38, bro, in the Western Conference, bro. Missing Kawhi the whole season. Paul George basically the whole season. And his best player on the floor some nights is Reggie Jackson. And he can't give me 15 plus wins with RJ and Randle. Something's not right.
Tricky does make a thing. What does Tyrone have to do with New York injuries and stuff? And look at the West this week. Listen, the East, if anything, is pretty top heavy. They have maybe like 7 teams that are really good. 6 teams maybe that's really good, and then from 7 all the way down to where the Knicks are, they're all basically even. So I mean, a guy like Tyronn Lue is going to make the best of your roster. He's proven that basically based on this because I mean the Clippers without Paul George and Leonard, they should be the worst team in the NBA, but they're not. So that's yeah, that's what State is trying to make that point there. I agree with State to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I think that if Tyrone Lue was our coach, we probably would be where we all thought we would be, which is probably like the 4th seed. And the 4th seed in the NBA now is literally about 50-something games in the East.
Yeah, like they made it imperative to, like, you got to win 45 games plus for you to like be safe. And then that's damn near not safe because you see how the Western Conference, all of that is bunched up together. So that's scary, man. That is scary, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not like that plan. I don't like the plan. Y'all love you, Pudge Nice. Keep going, bro. This is. I love people like this, man. I love people like this because you still watching me.
Well, I mean, it gives it, and not for nothing, it gives us more stuff to talk about. To tell you the truth, but just we feed off of the comments, but just don't make it into like, okay, we're just gonna argue with the comments for the rest of the thing.
Nah,
Because that's what a lot of podcasters do too. They look at the comments just so they could curse the commenters out, and I don't want to be those guys.
Yeah, I don't either. And we definitely was supposed to see. And here's the thing: a lot of us predicted 50 plus games with this Nick roster. A lot of us did last offseason. I was one of them. I was good fan in it. Kimba had me feeling good. I was good fan in it because of the almighty 4th seed. I had expectations. You know what I'm saying? Now we look at this season and shit didn't go as planned. But so much you can do. Nah, you definitely need an updated roster.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basketball reference, but it just shows all the players are on the team. They had 23 people on the roster this year, so they had a lot of player movement, man.
So question for you. So people saying, where's the 45 wins at this season? Has Tibbs, and this is from me to you, has Tibbs lost 10 or more games based off of just rotations alone? This season alone.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he did. That's a fact. Just rotations alone, putting the wrong guys in at the wrong time, and not going to something that was working or taking guys out while they're hot or playing good. He kicked his own self in the foot.
So if that's the case, if you insert another coach in there, you wouldn't think our season would be different? I do. That's just me personally. Instead of having us have fake injuries and whatnot in order to see young guys play.
Well, I mean, take a look. Second round briefly on your show. If you look at our roster, I mean, how much better are these teams, to the Knicks? Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Bulls, they were actually 1 and 2 for the majority of the season. They started coming back down to earth. So like down here towards the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the Knicks are worse than these teams.
We're worse than the Nets, yes. We're worse than the Raptors, yes. We're worse than
really,
Cleveland.
are we though?
Yes. Yeah. We are.
If we were playing to our strengths a little bit better, I think that we would be right in that mix somewhere. I'm not saying that we're going to be at 1, 2, 3, but we might be in the mix with 5, 6, 7, 8.
Like,
because to take it down also too, the Wizards also were up there at the top in the beginning of the year, and they just falling back down to earth too. So these are games that they lost that we could have took advantage. The team that took advantage is the Celtics, because the Celtics was down there with us at one point, and now they're hot.
They got hot at the right time. And it's nice because the Celtics got 2 young wings, and I love both of their young wings, Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Love Marcus Smart. Love Robert Williams. Got a nice little young core, you know. All drafted, by the way. All of them drafted, by the way. You know, they got a nice little young core. So, you know, Celtics. Shout out to the Celtics. But I don't think the Knicks are better than any one of those teams. It depends, bro. Like, because all those other teams got blue chippers. Like the Hawks, I identify Trae Young. Do Knicks got anybody better than Trae Young? Yeah.
But look at wait. Let me go back to it. The Hawks are right above us, so you can't use Trae Young because they're only one spot above us.
Yeah, but they got injured. They dealing with injuries too, regardless, and they still one spot above.
I don't know about that, man. Because they've been in that. They've been down there at number 10 all year. At one point, they were below us. You know, so they didn't. They might have injuries, but you know, the whole year they've had a strong full roster the whole year for the most part. You know, they lost like what's their Collins? They lost Collins recently. You know, outside of that, they got everybody else. They still got a Kongu there. They still got you know, the other center there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, injuries is injuries, but I mean, I feel like, you know, that they could have, you know, that they belong where they are. I think the Knicks are better than them. I don't know. You know, it's just opinion anyway. But I mean, look at the Clippers in the East, right? The Clippers with that roster that we just showed you, even though their record is a losing record because the West is not as strong, right? But they still stuck in the 8th spot in the West. So I mean, you know, with a roster that should be the worst in the NBA. You know, so I mean, if Tyronn Lue was our coach, I think that we would be where we're supposed to be.
And he wouldn't be playing stupid lineups. I know Tyronn Lue. Yo, he would have started that Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier backcourt one game, and he would have scrapped that instantly. That would have been scrapped.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that we probably will be rocking with Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker will probably still be our starting point guard, and we'll be getting the most out of him too. You know, not necessarily playing 40 minutes a game and getting that type of game, but I think we would utilize him a lot better. I'm quite sure Deuce McBride would have been used a long time ago. You know, guys like Sims and stuff would have been used more often. Obi Toppin definitely would have a different role. You know, so you know, I don't know. It's all opinion, and we're talking about, you know, Kang stuff, you know, right now. So
yeah, hypothetical. Like you start Kemba, but you start Grimes with RJ. Try to get some versatility out there defensively. You still got Randle. You still got Mitch. Maybe Randle, he's playing better. Grimes is out there. We all know Grimes could defend. It's tough. Now the bench unit. Now you got damn. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's so much. It's too many variables.
But check.
Remember when Tibbs benched Kemba? I think it was 12 and 14 when Tibbs benched Kemba. And then we proceeded to get slaughtered because Burks was playing really bad. And that's not on Burks, that's on Tibbs. Tibbs is playing him out of position.
But that's interesting you brought that up because that's probably like a turning point in the season where we started to drift, you know, further down in the standings and stuff. That was a big point in the season that I think that Tibbs should have had that handled in training camp. You know what I'm saying? He let the season implode in front of his face. So that little bubble you're talking about, you know, that's where we lost the season. Well, I mean, you know, this ties into what you're saying. Angel, you know, it's gonna be Angel being Angel. He said if we play to our strengths, we'd be the 6 and 7 seed. Take a look at the 6 and 7 seed now. 41, 41, 38. You know what I'm saying? Look at the 5th seed. That's still 42. You know, so we will be around, like I said, around the 4th, 5th seed. Around there, we'll be fighting for the 4th, more than likely 6th, 7th. And look, they're all tied. All these guys are very close in record. So I think that's where we will be, and that's where we belong. We belong in that mix with these guys. Not saying our team is better than the other, but we should be in the mix here. You know?
We definitely will. We're gonna be in that mix next season because I see a fraud at the top of the Eastern Conference, man. We definitely gonna be. I see a couple frauds, man. Giannis ain't going nowhere. The Celtics not going nowhere. The 76ers, do I trust James Harden? No, he lost me $200 versus the Spurs in Game 6. Um, I don't trust him be my fellow African, but I'm Ghanaian. I forgot what the hell he is. I don't trust him, and he talked too damn much, and his knees is always hurt. Celtics, damn, Celtics is tough. That's who we should be looking eye to eye. They should be getting somebody to match up with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Somebody to help RJ out there.
Well, they went and got Derek White. They made that trade at the deadline, and that kind of helped them too because he was able to stabilize their roster. So I mean, the Knicks needed to do that because I mean, the Celtics literally was standing right next to us in the conference. You know what I'm saying? So if we would have made that trade, to loosen things up a little bit to help things out, I think we might have went up too.
We traded for Reddish. Oh yeah, they coach DMP'd him.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yep. Yo, imagine if Cam Reddish came in there and Tips just said, "Okay, fuck it, throw him in there." I know what he can do. Let's throw him in there because I can see where he could fit in the roster instead of the politics bullshit. If he just threw him in there, then maybe that might have been the piece that pushed us ahead. I don't know.
He should have threw him in there and said, "All right, you know what? Y'all, I'm gonna start him. Start him out the gate. I'm gonna give him 35 minutes a night. And if he frib up, if he plays soft, if he don't produce, at least we've seen it. We have no evidence because this coach is stupid. I don't even have evidence of Obi Toppin because the coach is stupid. It's on the coach. He thinks Burks is going to take him to the promised land, bro. We're still playing Alec Burks after the All-Star break.
He believes in Alec Burks, man. Shout out to Alec Burks. He's you got to give Alec Burks credit, man, because he's a pro, man. All the stuff that he's been going through this year, I don't know anybody else that would be able to handle that shit, man. So he's like an NBA pro, man. But listen, like Burks is 6'5". What's his name? Elfrid Payton. He also was about 6'5", also, right? 6'4". So he likes tall defensive guards. So I mean, like we were talking about point guards before. We got sidetracked a little bit after the kind of section talk. So I mean, like can you think of another name? One point guard that's dangling to me is Brogdon. Brogdon's another guy that's always hurt. So about Michael Brogdon.
Good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good on the point guards. That's always hurt. I'm good, bro. I'm good. He's always hurt, and I think he's almost 30. It's not like Sexton. Sexton is about to turn. I think Sexton 22, about to turn 23. Sexton's still a young boy. He could overcome that. Malcolm Brogdon is almost 30. I'm good.
I'm not sure how old he is. Trying to get his name, Malcolm Brogdon. Freaking weirdo ass name. It's hard to type a name like that. Anyway, I got his stats coming in from Basketball Reference. I'll just put it up.
Good player, by the way.
Yeah,
He's always freaking hurt.
Yeah, he's a good player, bro. But you're right. You're right about that. He's always freaking hurt. But I mean, like this year and well, I mean, how old is he? Oh yeah, he's 29. Lord have mercy.
Too old. I got an ageism problem.
Yeah, I know, man. But listen, even though he's too old or whatever, he's still a guy that we can grab. So I mean, like for somebody like Brogdon, we can throw a Burks in a trade. We could throw some other guys into a trade and we won't get laughed at. What I'm saying? Like let's say if Brogdon was 24 and we're trying to trade Burks for it, they're gonna hang up the phone on us. But now they at least 29, at least they'll have a conversation with us then. So that's the only reason why I'm mentioning him. But I mean, a guy.
They gotta give me a first, bro.
I mean, but we still getting the best player in the deal though. He's 21-5, 21-5-4, basically. And he plays defense.
Teams, he gonna get hurt on the teams, bro.
I'm grabbing the straws, man. Because I'm just trying to figure out who we can get. Well, here's another young guy. What about Markelle Fultz? I like Markelle Fultz.
Flirting. I like Fultz. I don't dislike Fultz.
Yeah, but Fultz is 6'5". That's the only reason I'm bringing him up. But if you watch him play, man, that dude is becoming like a real floor general, man. He can see the floor really well. He plays good defense. He runs the floor. He can shoot. He can do everything. Everything that he was supposed to do when he first came through, he's doing it now. But they also got some other young guys on the roster too, so they got to make a decision. Do they make that decision and trade try to see to get some assets for Marco Fultz? Because the Knicks have plenty of them. So I mean, like a player. Let's say if we was to get like if we don't get the top 4 pick, and we get something less. I mean, would you trade the first round pick if it's let's say if we draft 10 or 11? Would you trade 10 or 11 for Fultz?
Nah, that's not equal value. Sorry, he's always hurt. I can't put my stock into that.
Well, look at this here. Look at what Angel's saying.
Fultz and Bamba when Mitch walks. It's crazy because I wanted to trade Randle for Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba, but that's a conversation for another night. But if you want to switch, I'd say Cole or Fultz. It don't even matter. But to me, Fultz, low key, he has been a great floor general though. I peeped one of those Orlando games. I think he had 11 assists off the bench. Actually, I'm like, oh,
he's scaring me in such a way that he is playing with pace. Before the reason why he was getting hurt with his knees and stuff because he was going way too hard and he was stopping wrong and all kind of stuff. But now if you watch him, he's changing direction and his speed. And to me, that is fucking scary watching him play point guard. So but I added this comment here because he added Bamba to it. So I mean, would you trade? So let's say if we get the number 10, 11 pick, would you trade that pick for Fultz if Bam is involved in that deal some kind of way? Of course, we're gonna have to add more to that. But if that's the basis where we could possibly get Fultz and Bam together, what would you say to that?
All right, context. Who's going in that deal? That's why I couldn't. I need context. Who's going in that deal?
I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, but shit, you put in the that's a log jam I'm trying to get out of. I thought about it, man. You quickly and all those guys. I'm like, wait, Fultz. All right, Fultz, cool. Deuce with Brian, man, you quickly, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish. Oh damn, that smells like a log jam. But Fultz. Nah, bro, I'll probably try to trade them Randle. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Because it makes sense, bro. Like, no disrespect to the dude, but like all right, you go. If they give me anything, if I get Fultz, I'm getting a star point guard. I'm assuming that he's a star point guard. If I get Fultz or Cole Anthony, he's a star point guard, right? Now, if Mitch walks, now I got to start at center. At the same time, do I want Mo Bamba in a Randle front court? No, I kind of don't want that a little bit. Like, I kind of don't want to see that. With all due respect, Randle, he should have never told me shut the fuck up. Maybe I would get on his ass so much.
Yeah, we all crazy, man. But you're just throwing scenarios out there, man. It's
oh
fun.
God. I'll take it though. I'll take it. Hey, sign me up.
Sign you up. But I'm trying to get you to give me an example so I can say okay, cool.
Shit, I ain't got an example.
Me neither. I ain't got one either. I'm hoping you can do something. But I mean, is anybody that fit that criteria though? As far as point guard?
I can't see it under Thibodeau. Everything is blurry because my coach is Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
I guess you could put up the screen so we can get out of here.
It comes down to the same shit, man.
This fucking iHeartRadio, Play FM, Stitcher, Google Podcast, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcast, Play FM too. Like I said, tune in again, but whatever. What the hell? Almighty 4C, man. I sent out like 3 T-shirts. Hit me up. I got a new exclusive hoodie coming out next Wednesday too. I'm gonna take a picture of it next Thursday. It's a nice hoodie too. But yo, man, fire Thibodeau because and this is my last thing, and I guess you could say your last piece and we get out of here. Here's my thing: if you're listening to this in your headphones, you at home, you in your car, anywhere you're at, we have to fire Tom Thibodeau. He's not going to get better. Whatever type of adapting you think he will do, you're going to see the same shit next season. So for us to not go at each other anymore, for me and Diehard to stop these petty arguments, he needs to be fired. So Leon Rose, you grow some cojones and you fire your mans for 20 years. This is why you don't do business with friends. That's why you don't do business with friends. Your mom, your parents teach you that. You can't do business with your best friend. Come
Yeah,
on,
you don't shit when you sleep. You know that type
don't
of thing.
shit when you sleep. You don't buy a house with your wife and then bring your side miss to your house with your wife. You can't sleep at, you dummy. You don't do that. You go to a hotel. Goddamn idiot.
Yeah, and if you go to the hotel, don't use the family credit card, you jackass.
Fucking jackass.
What are you doing?
Yo, put your
Your wife's name is on the credit card, and you're swiping the same credit card to the hotel. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh God, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, get a prepaid card. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you can hide it. Not trying
Make sure you hide it under the sole of your sneaker.
But don't do that because you take your shoe off and then the car pops out and your wife finds it, man. You got to do things better. Listen, man, they got apps now. You know what I'm saying? Put the card on your. Oh, there goes my kids. Put the card on your app. That way you could just scan it, whatever, and then you can't see that. You can't see the card on there. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I hope it. Yo, man, I'm out of here, man. I love y'all, man. I love you guys, man. Don Hans, Chief.
You know what I got to say about that, man?
I know, man. It's all right, brother. Parties are nice. Appreciate you, Tricky Nicky. You could still go to hell.
Yeah, go to hell, Tricky Nicky. I see you.
Fella. Shout outs to you.
I see you.
Shout out to you. Bricks Nation, Mike Johnson, Della Music, Geraldo, Greenhouse. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all of you guys, man. Yo, Diehard, I'm out of here. Let's go, man. Let's go Knicks, man.
While you're out of here too, I just want to point out that I have a merch site. I've been doing the merch since before I've been doing YouTube. When we was doing the audio, I had this merch stuff up. So I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't really have time for designs. Yeah, as you can see, somebody actually did like a portrait of me that I have here. I mean, like I do have merch too, man. So if anybody wants some stuff, you want the hat that I'm wearing, it's on here too. And then like I said, we'll figure things out, man. I need, State has a guy, so we got to figure it out. So anyway. Knicks.com.
Link is at the bottom where you press the like button. Yo, I'm out of here, man. Before I get in trouble by my wife. not because of work. Oh.
I'm outside, man.
Peace out, man.
Yeah, peace, bro. Yeah, man. So we out of here. Diehard podcast. I gotta label these things.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Right? Okay. Where is it? Wrong button. There we go. I'll see you motherfuckers later, man. Peace. I mean, where's the button? Oh, bye.